The greatest guardian of the galaxy, Nova, is finally making his way to the MCU. It's unknown whether Nova will be a series or a movie, but the excitement is already high. Over the years, the MCU has given us many wonderful characters. From breathtaking story arcs to a gradually formed fantastical world of superheroes, there's something for everyone. Each new release in general has captured everyone's heart. Additionally, the world has been drawn to the universe like a moth due to the magical quality of its captivating cinematography. It makes sense that the franchise keeps growing as a result of new feature films and Disney Plus programs. They frequently introduce us to the upcoming Marvel heroes. There's more to this distinctive Marvel universe, and the franchise's stewards are well aware of it. This means that it won't end with just the Endgame or Avengers Infinity War. With that in mind, Nova, a new hero in the Marvel universe, will soon be revealed. We already have some knowledge of Richard Rider's past as the Nova. We do wonder how Marvel Studios will adapt Nova into the MCU, given how diverse and well-established the overall Marvel Cinematic Universe is already. For many years, Marvel wanted to incorporate Nova into the MCU. We learned how he was supposed to appear in Guardians of the Galaxy. Then Marvel tried to put Richard Rider's character Nova into Avengers Infinity War, but they eventually cancelled that plan. Nova is still expected to join the MCU though, and the first reports about his arrival are now emerging. Nova is still regarded as the best Guardians of the Galaxy in Marvel Comics. Richard Rider, better known as the man known as Nova, was created in 1976 as homage to Spider-Man. Nova shared Peter Parker's humble working-class early life, his secret identity, and his soap opera personal life despite having a very different power set. Nova, sadly, had much less success than Spider-Man and remained a secondary superhero. All of that changed in 2006 when Nova emerged as the most significant individual and saved the galaxy. With Phase 4's full slate of films and Disney Plus series, and Nova at the top of Marvel's list, it's only a matter of time before he makes his screen debut. The GWW reports that Marvel Studios will start filming the Fantastic Four movie, a spin-off series for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, a Thunderbolts adaptation, and a Nova project in 2023. The studio had previously announced 7 untitled films for 2023 and 2024, though their schedule had recently been pushed back due to the delay of several films. To be clear, a standalone Nova film hasn't been formally confirmed, so it seems likely that the character will first appear in another movie. Nova could be introduced to any of the upcoming space-themed Phase 4 assets, or at the very least, somewhere in Phase 5, as he's a staple of Marvel's cosmic tales, given that Rhomann Dey and the Nova Corps were previously introduced in the latter franchise. It seems conceivable that the studio would use James Gunn's MCU swan song to at least hint at the power and responsibilities of Nova. They could, however, cover everything in a single film. Kevin Feige and the Marvel Studios executives have finally confirmed that the renowned comic book hero known as Nova will eventually be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fans are thrilled to see one of their favorite heroes finally make his live-action debut, even though the specifics surrounding the character's first appearance are still unknown. Since Guardians of the Galaxy introduced the Nova Corps and the expansive cosmic possibilities of the MCU, speculation about who might play the character has been overflowing. The general opinion among the fans is that Miles Teller, who starred in Top Gun Maverick, has been cast in the role of Nova. Fans are confident that he'll play the role, even though there has been no official announcement of the cast or any casting-related hints from the producers. The Top Gun Maverick star stated that if the right role came along that he felt did justice to the character, he would be willing to take it on. Following the rumors that Gosling would play the recognizable hero starting to circulate, the character has since responded and stated that it's time for you to smash that like button if you haven't done it already. No, seriously. He has not been cast as Nova, but as he said, he'd like to play Ghost Rider, so we might see him in the future of MCU. While the Richard Rider incarnation of the character may seem more fitting to some, bringing in Sam Alexander as the MCU's Nova would be a more subversive decision by the studio, similar to how the first Guardians of the Galaxy film chose to introduce a later version of the team as its main characters. In an appeal to his fans to spread the word please, Nope star Brandon Perea expressed his desire to portray Sam Alexander in the MCU's Nova. The events of Avengers Infinity War provided Marvel with a necessary catalyst to introduce Nova into the MCU at any time. A few superheroes have held the title Nova in Marvel Comics, but Richard Rider, a well-known hero and member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, is the original portrayal of the character. Ever since his debut in the 1970s, Richard Rider has been linked to the Nova name. The role has also been filled by individuals like Sam Alexander and Frankie Ray. All three are connected to the Nova Corps, a galactic peacekeeping organization in the comics. Richard Rider first appeared as a 17-year-old high school student in Nova No. 1 in 1976. He was leading an entirely normal life until he mysteriously passed out during a run-in with a bully, which changed everything. Rich apparently went into a coma for no reason, which left doctors confused. Nobody realized that Rich's medical situation was caused by cosmic circumstances. Rich's misfortune happened at the same time as the conflict between the alien warlord, Zor, and the space warrior, Rhomann Dey. Rhomann Dey was the leader of the Nova Corps on Xandar and was thought to be the planet's sole survivor at the time. Rich acquired the helmet, costume, and powers of Rhomann Dey shortly after waking up from his coma. He defeated Zor as Nova and saved the Earth. He learned to control his powers and developed a sense of responsibility over time. The capable superhero Nova joined the New Warriors and later the Guardians of the Galaxy after evolving and growing older. When the Nova Corps was first introduced on the planet Xandar in Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel Cinematic Universe began laying the groundwork for its own Nova. The Power Stone was given to the Nova Corps at the conclusion of the film for safekeeping. The scene was set for Nova to join the MCU with Avengers Infinity War. The first Infinity Stone, which Thanos obtained off-screen, was revealed in the film. He allegedly decimated Xandar to get the Power Stone. Here, it's assumed that Thanos' attack destroyed the Nova Corps. In the Cancerverse, a different timeline, Thanos and Nova engaged in their most intense conflict. As Death rejects Thanos, this reality is filled with the undead. Nova and Star-Lord keep him trapped in this reality, which has been Nova's most important storyline in recent years. Nova's origin story in Marvel Comics relied heavily on the destruction of Xandar and Nova Corps, even though they were eventually recovered. There would have been no reason for Rhomann Dey to make such a desperate move if the Nova Corps hadn't fallen apart in Nova number 1. He would never have been forced to the point where he believed that giving his powers to an unrelated Earthling was the only way to defeat his opponent. Instead, he would have trusted his abilities with someone he knew from the Nova Corps. Therefore, it's essential that Xandar from the MCU faces a similar fate for Nova to be introduced properly. Although the specifics of what would occur during the project are unknown, the Cosmic Circus stated that you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. Yeah, so expect to see both of the Novas in action by the end of the film. Sam Alexander would remain on Earth, concentrating on threats that are more immediate and possibly interacting with other young heroes, while Richard Rider would primarily remain in space and handle the larger cosmic scale events and conflicts. If the rumor is true, this will be how both characters remain active throughout the MCU. See you in the next video.